Yeah, the challenge is how do we safely push the fitness and our game model for a much earlier game and a shorter preparation, but without taking unnecessary risks because, of course, we want to win the games, but we will not take our sight off of the long term, which is a 10-month season.
And then how does the club prepare in order to make sure that there's no off-field distractions, who's leaning towards especially the Chucky Lozano news within that group? How is it important? How are you able to go ahead and make sure that that stays out of the mentality of the group?
Yeah, there's no distractions. The guys have taken this on with a full commitment to our decision, and nobody's even looked sideways one time. Everybody's training, focusing on them preparing for a great season as individuals, but also as a team.
And then this is your second year now coming in with a full year under your reins for the Right to Dream style. What is the next step in evolution that you're looking for in the play style for San Diego FC moving forward?
Yeah, I think we've talked a lot about, a lot of people will assume we'll come in and try to add a lot to the system, but we actually think it's more beneficial to come in and keep hammering those basic foundations that we laid because we laid down some good roots, but they're still fresh. So really nail those, but then we'll give a little special attention to when teams man mark us because we've seen that that's like a specific strategy teams will do against us, and then what we'll do when we face a really low team. So we'll do a little special attention there. But the most important thing is those basics, the foundation, and then that everybody's pushing the team chemistry, getting to know how to play best with and for each other.
And then is everybody at full fitness coming into it, looking at the goalkeeping position with CJ and his condition? Is he ready to go? And also Andres Reyes, is he expected
Yeah,
to
no, Andres probably, he's not in the equation until probably after the World Cup break. That's our hope. The good news is Marcus and Willie, they've been training and doing well. We have to take them step by step because they were out for a long time. And then who else did you ask about?
CJ.
Oh, and CJ, yeah. So the goalkeeper position is a full competition right now. It has to be. Pablo played at a high level. CJ played at a high level. Duran came in really tough moments and showed that he has something. So right now, it's going to be a competition. We need to see how CJ continues to recover. So he's in a good spot, but then it's about like getting all that game action at the right speed. And then we also know that Pablo took a red card in our last game, right? So he won't be playing in the first league game. So right now it's a competition, all men on deck, and they'll be pushing each other for that.
Mikey, what has been your first impressions of some of the new players that joined the squad?
So Lewis is really dynamic, creative player, really hardworking. He also comes off of a long-term injury, so we actually got to rein him in a little bit, just to make sure he takes it step by step. Again, we're not going to take any unnecessary risk with any guys because we want to win these games, but it's also about long-term success throughout the whole season. Kieran is a player who's got really good physical profile, speed, lefty. Wilson has come in and done a good job of adapting to our principles. So that's been really nice to see.
Okay, and what has been a kind of main area of focus in this preseason?
Again, the focus has been on trying to get back to that level that we ended at as quick as possible with the foundation that we had laid. Again, focusing a little bit on what we would do against a man-marking opponent, against a low-block opponent. But the most important thing, like I said to Tony, is that pushing team chemistry, playing better with and for each other, being more united. It's going to be a long season, a lot of games. It's going to come quick and thick. There's going to be ups and downs, so it's really important that we have that.
Mikey, you said the roots are fresh. Lewis actually kind of disagreed. He said it feels like this club has been around a long time. Just when he walks in, what does that mean to you to hear that?
Yeah, that's a massive compliment coming from a guy like him because he's a top character and a top professional, and he's been in big clubs, and he's been a really important player in big clubs. But for us, I would say we're trying to build something. We're trying to develop something special. So whatever that kind of status quo standard is, that's not enough for us. And so that's why I say it's fresh. And what I mean by fresh is if we don't keep cultivating what we started, it could disappear, right? It could veer into something that's not a reflection of San Diego and the community. And what we want to do is just stay steady in that work ethic in terms of of driving the culture, driving the style of play, and it will become institutional habit at some point. At some point, our roots will be as deep as a 100-year-old redwood, and then that's when this club will be a big, big club.
How happy were you when you found out Anders was back and staying a while?
Yeah, he's our guy, you know. So happy because he's talented, he's got top character, he's a top professional, and he's here for all of the right reasons. And ultimately, he's one of the guys that gives us a chance of doing special things.
With the World Cup fastly approaching, what's the vibe like in the locker room with your players and what their chances are of making their respective teams?
I'll be honest with you, for them it still feels far away. And right now, like, they are managing the ups, downs, the excitements, and the frustrations of a preseason. So, you know, they're upset that the touch isn't as perfect as it was, you know, in December. And we have to tell them we have to have the right intentions, and all of that will come back. So really, I think right now, it's not, again, there's no distractions here. It's all about the season. But as we get closer after the March window, I'm sure that some excitement will be generated.